like to support the channel. Also, you can do it by way of Patreon, Anchor, the clothing store, and also the shoe shop that is listed in the comment description below. And again, thank you to any and all of you guys who have been here to support this channel during the 2+ year period. I wouldn't be able to do what I do every single day without you.
Why did you remove?
You're fucking attacking me. Now
She's attacking the teacher. Yes.
Thank you so much.
You're attacking me.
So
I told you about that.
Okay, send the
you
tape.
grabbed it out of my hand.
I'm going to report.
You don't have to report it. I'm going to report it.
You attacked me, bitch. You're
I'm
done.
going to report
You
it.
attacked me. I'm reporting you. You attacked me.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for the report. You can send
Guys,
it to me.
please send me the tape.
You hit me after I took the test.
She did not hit you. You grabbed the
You didn't see her
paper.
hit me?
We don't need
You grabbed the
We
paper
don't
from
need it.
her.
We don't need it.
So when I was signing my attendance, you didn't see her grab the paper? You didn't see me? You didn't see her just hit me just now?
I just saw you grab
You
the
didn't
paper
see-
from her.
Okay.
I understand you're
When
mad.
No.
I understand you're
This is not what
frustrated.
we're gonna do. When I was signing the attendance, she grabbed it out of my hand.
I understand, but the
When I was gonna
behavior.
write 8 a.m. on it, she hit me. So you didn't see that, but you
But
see
you
what?
don't listen.
You see when
I
grabbed it,
understand.
right? But you didn't see what she hit me, right? You didn't see that, right? You didn't see what she hit me just now. You didn't see that. But you see when I grabbed the paper, you didn't see what she hit me.
I'm not picking any
Your
sides.
professor just
Listen,
hit me. And
listen.
you're saying, oh my gosh, you grabbed the attendance. She hit me just now. But nobody's seen that. Nobody's seen that this lady hit me just now.
I don't pick any sides.
I'm not
I'm
asking what side
frustrated.
you're picking. It hit me because of some attendance, her attendance. Now I'm reporting this. You're done. You're done. You want to hit me?
Send me the
Can you please
test.
send me the video too? If you're not picking sides, if that's okay. If you're not picking sides, you will send me the video
That's
too.
okay.
Because she just hit me.
She's attacking the teacher.
All for the situation alone, this is why I took a break off of school. This is Professor Chen, an algebra professor in SUNY Old Westbury that assaulted me. I filed a report with the police department. They didn't do anything. I spoke to multiple people. They didn't do anything. I went to HR. They didn't do anything. But the school basically used these evidence against me and said that I was endangering the classroom. So basically, quick story time. I was going to drop this class because I am terrible at math and I had no hope in her class. So I spoke to her prior, like 2 weeks ago, telling her, like, I'm not confident in your class. Like, what's the next steps? Like, should I still keep coming or should I just drop the course? This is kind of basically when I was over it and I kind of stopped coming to her class. So when I finally came this day, I'm like, oh, I'm coming to school on time. You know, let me try to make an effort. Let me actually try to see if I could grasp anything from this class. I came to school early that day at 8 o'clock. That's when class started. I put my stuff down and I went to the bathroom. When I came back, class was already in session. You know, she was doing her lesson and she was teaching the class. So I waited after class to sign the attendance sheet. And she asked me, why am I signing the attendance sheet late? I told her that because she was doing her lesson, I didn't want to get up in the middle of the class. So I waited till class was over to sign the sheet. She didn't ask me what time I came in. I told her that I came in at 8. Then Professor Chen told me that she's going to be marking me late for signing the attendance sheet late. Just for context, I just told y'all I made it to this class on time after, you know, just not being there for weeks. So I explained that to her. I was like, I came in at 8, I put myself down, and I was sitting throughout your whole class. Did you not see me sitting? Her response was, I'm marking you late. So usually when Professor Chen marks people late, she allows you to write what time you came in. So she writes late on the sheet, and I try to write what time I came in. As I'm trying to write 8 o'clock, Professor Chen snatches the attendance sheet out of my hand and snatches the pen that I was writing with out of my hand. And then she smiles and she's like, oh yeah, you're late. Like, you're late, that's it. And I'm like, why are you not allowing me to write what time I came in if I was late? The same way you allow everybody to do it. Whenever I was late before, I was able to write that I came in, what time I came in, or I came in at 8:30, or I came in at a later time. So then now, as I'm saying, why are you snatching stuff? Because at the end of the day, I'm a student, I'm professional. I'm not gonna just scream on you or jump on you. So as I'm asking her very calmly, why did you snatch that out of my hand? She's ignoring me. She's saying she's not going to talk about my attendance with me. And she goes, like, she's not speaking to me now. She proceeds to speak to other students. And as I'm asking her, like, this is a matter about my attendance. This relates to the class. She's telling me she's not talking about it. So now other students, which are not the same color as me, were in the classroom asking her questions related to the subject or whatever the case may be. As I'm speaking, the student's speaking over me, and she's literally ignoring the fact that I'm trying to fix my attendance. So now she pulls out the same attendance sheet for another student, and I saw the opportunity to write that I came in at 8 a.m. on the dot. And when I try to take the attendance sheet, Professor Chen hits me. She hits me twice. And then after she hits me, she screams, record, record. So now that she screams, record, record, I'm literally backing up. That's when I'm backing up, and you could see her running after me. Then the student says, I'm attacking the professor. It's not funny, but it's the fact that I really had to take a break because this caused so much trauma. And I just felt alone, attacked, and like no one was on my side. The fact that there was probably 3 or 4 students in a classroom that completely disregarded the beginning of how it all started to watching this professor chase me and grab onto my clothing and to point at me in the video and say that I'm attacking the professor, I was super confused. And it kind of sucks because I was basically expressing myself when she said that I was the one attacking the professor. I was like, wait a minute, I'm the one attacking the professor? I work 20 hours a week just to pay for school. Why would I, who's doing all these sacrifices to pay for my own school, attack a professor? That's why I ran away when she said record, record after she hit me. And I was basically saying in the classroom, if it was vice versa and I had actually hit her, my college career would have been done. As a black woman in America, me hitting a professor, I would have been done for. It was no school for me. So me knowing that, after she hit me, that's why I ran away from her. And you could see in the footage, I'm running away from this lady. She's grabbing onto my clothes, like literally I'm running away from her. So after that, I told her I was going to report her, which I did, and basically nothing happened. And she also reported me, and in her report, she said that I hit her. I don't know if she thought that the video evidence was going to show me hitting her, but I never put my hands on her. That's why I ran away after she said, record, record. Because as a black person, you already know how these things go. Like you're already in the system that's built for you. Like we're already in it. Throughout the whole investigation process, I try to ask the students, like, did you guys see anything before? Students said they weren't getting into it. And Professor Chen also reached out to those students, and students did make statements against me. So this whole time, all my reports has been disregarded. I spoke to literally everyone I can speak to, literally everyone. If you go on the school cameras, you could see me just walking around, hunting to see who I could speak to next. Desperate for help, because I would have never thought that I would have been in a situation like this where I'm getting attacked from all 4 corners, literally the school, the students, the professor. No one was on my side. No one helped me. I even tried to speak to lawyers, and I expressed to them, this is an act of racism. Even lawyers weren't trying to take my case. And basically after the whole situation, I just felt like I needed a whole break from school, because every time I walked inside the school and seen this professor walking around and, all happy, it's just like, this professor hit me and she's walking around untouched, like nobody, like nothing, like you're not gonna do nothing about it. But if it was vice versa, and if it was me as a student, it doesn't matter. Especially a black student, you really think they would have took my side?
So we saw both videos, right? So we saw the interaction in between Mrs. Chen, the professor, and then we saw the interaction with the student. We saw that the student was walking away or trying to get away from the professor while the professor was chasing after the student. Also in the exact same video, you saw the student, who was not the same color as the other student, decide to record and point and say, you hit the teacher, you assaulted the teacher. But clearly that's not what we saw directly on the phone. We have what Mrs. Chen is trying to orchestrate and state, and then we have whatever it is that the student who is recording is trying to say. And then after that initial instance that took place, said student then stated, oh yeah, you snatched the paper. I understand your frustration. So which one is it? Are you stating initially that the student hit the professor, Ms. Chen, Or are you now stating that, yeah, I saw you snatch or grab the paper from Mrs. Chen and I understand your frustration, yada, yada, yada. But then in the same instance, the said student recording wanted to say, oh, I'm not taking anybody's side. You already took a side. You said that the black female student hit the professor. You stated it at least once or twice. And then you went back, and then once they were in by the desk, coming in between the desk and the teacher's desk, you wanted to state, oh, you grab the papers and all this other. Which one is it? Because it's crazy to in one instance say that you're not going to take sides, but then you're going to take the side of the professor, and then you're going to act as though you have everything on recording, and then to make it even worse, you're going to look and then point directly at the student while recording and saying you assaulted the teacher. How do we get here? Like, I want people to acknowledge and know how dangerous this is and how easy it is for other people to team up and then paint a type of narrative trying to make it seem as though the one person that is identifiably black is the violent person there, is the one that is causing the whole ruckus, that is causing the whole issue. Now, again, like the young woman stated, her as a black woman in America, why would she spend 20 hours in order to pay for her classes just to get into class, to hopefully get into an altercation with a professor, to throw all of that away for what? There's no badge, there's no reward that you get directly from that's going to, in a sense, be a black eye that you're going to receive, from the colleges and in society, especially once the story gets out. So there is no beneficial return for the young woman to decide to act a certain way in college, knowing the fact that she is also spending her hard-earned time and money in order to get said education, just to throw all of that away. And then you were able to see the professor state, oh yeah, record. That's a little bit interesting that you want to hurry up and have somebody just instantly record something and try to narrate it as if said thing happened. So what happened to the whole thing of just worrying about the instance, right? Worrying about the paper that you were going directly after. And again, going back to the young lady, as she stated before, her as a black woman in the society in America at that college, if it was actually proven 100% and found that she struck that teacher, that would be the end of her college career. All of her money would be wasted. But obviously that's not the case. And she also made sure to note that she did make a report and nothing happened. Again, we're able to see the full footage. We saw the very first footage, and then we saw a little bit after, and then we saw the young woman explaining. Nowhere in her posture, her mannerism, her explanation did I get that she went out of her way to go after the teacher, to strike the teacher, as both the quote unquote filming witness and the teacher are trying to paint the picture of. What I'm getting is that you have a teacher that is very controlling. You have a teacher that has her own prerogative along with that student who wants to kiss up to that teacher, because that's what that is, right? You have a student that wants to make sure that they get, good grades and all these other types of things. And they're going to do anything that they need to do in order to get said good grades, or in order to be in that teacher's good graces. Because we already know, right? If this student decided to back up the teacher and everything like that, the teacher is going to be lenient. The teacher's going to go easy on them. The teacher she's going to look at her in a kinder light, because she was there for her. She sided, with the teacher. She advocated for the teacher. She filmed for the teacher. She was an eyewitness for the teacher. And again, as the young woman stated, this is very dangerous. Because if you look through history, we've had times and different interactions where people were able, and this was before cameras, people were able to point and speak and be like, hey, look over there. That guy did such and such and such. Go get him right now. And people did it without a word, without any proof or shred of evidence, without any type of facts. People just believed the word of one or two people that the guy over there was completely guilty of whatever that person decided to make up at the time or in their mind. So again, this is a very dangerous thing. And this is showcasing to you how easy it is for those out there that are not black to paint a certain type of narrative when it deals with how it is that they want to portray an instance or a certain situation that is going on so that it is more favorable in their light. Again, I'm not understanding or sure what it is that they will specifically get out of trying to portray or paint this, situation the way that they're trying to paint it. Again, I don't know. I can't even give you anything. I can't even give you a positive highlight. But the one thing I can state is that out of all the fights that we've been able to witness online, we know that if you have some of the black girls that are about that life, which is fighting, that you would know that they are fighting. They're going to be fighting everybody. The ones that are about that life, they're going to fight the teacher and they're going to be fighting students. Let them catch you recording. Everybody's catching hands. That's not what we were able to see and what we were able to witness. That is not at all. At most, I saw a young woman that was trying to restrain her own emotions. She was just trying to do one simple thing. You had a teacher that decided that, hey, I'm the teacher. I tell you what it is that you can do, what it is that you can't do, what it is that you're allowed to do, what it is that you're not allowed to do. I have the power in the classroom. You just can't do whatever it is that you want to do. Even if I'm wrong, I'm still right at the end of the day because I'm the professor, I'm the teacher. I am this classroom. This classroom is me. Right? That's what you're looking at. And me, myself, I have seen teachers like this. I have seen professors like this. And again, it's amazing that the totality, meaning the 100% whole of the interaction, was not filmed from the start to the end. As the young lady stated, you didn't see her hit me. You didn't see her hit me, but you saw me take the paper. You saw me do this. You saw me do that, right? Again, you have one narrative, which is the young woman who was there for 7 minutes wanting to give her side directly of the story. And then you have the narrative of what it is that the student and the teacher want to specifically paint. Again, ask yourself the question, why is it that the teacher did not ask that same student to record ahead of time? Right? So that we can see the whole totality of the instance instead of only when it is that the teacher wanted her to record. Again, critical thinking and a lot of questions need to be asked before people decide that this young black woman is guilty of everything that those two are saying.